watching AYV Television.
Good evening. I am Phoebe Swale, and this is AYV's Primetime News. We'll begin with tonight's headlines.
EU Ambassador pledges commitment to support Sierra Leone's governance sector reforms.
We will continue to give support to the government in the area of governance and governance reforms.
Sierra Leone and Senegal signed joint economic cooperation entity agreements.
We have to improve more.
And UN Women engages stakeholders on actualizing gender empowerment bill.
The bill says no gender, and that's male, female.
Now for the full news.
Now, European Union Ambassador to Sierra Leone, Manuel Mula, has pledged the EU's commitment towards supporting Sierra Leone in the area of governance reforms, gender equality, among others. He made this commitment during a 2-day training for the Gender Committee and Female Caucus of Parliament on building partnership and consultation on the Gender Empowerment Bill. Ronald Jomorovia has more.
The European Union's Good Governance Sector Program is focused on strengthening democracy and good governance in Sierra Leone, with key emphasis on consolidation of electoral and democratic reforms, enhancing legislative processes, institutional relevance and effectiveness of parliament, among others. The 2-day workshop, which is part of governance sector reforms, provided a platform for members of parliament to prioritize partnership for gender empowerment with the aim of supporting the Gender Empowerment Bill. EU Ambassador speaks on the importance of the engagement and their commitment to supporting such reforms.
Women in society need real equal role. It's important because, first of all, here in the country, it's important for Sierra Leone, because women can contribute and women can make a change in policy and politics. The European Union will continue to give support to the government in the area of governance and governance reforms, and the work on gender equality and the work with the Parliament are part of this program where we are working with
52% of Sierra Leone's population being women, gender equality is still a challenge. Hence the plea for the support of the Gender Empowerment Bill by the leader of the Female Caucus in Parliament and chair of the Gender Committee.
Biblically, we are not taking from the back, but we are taking from the side, the ribs, and therefore we should be pampered. You should give us chance. You should allow us to work with you. And this is the reason why we are fighting for this affirmative action to be passed. The affirmative action bill will address 5 of the sustainable development pillar and the sustainable development goal agenda. That is the gender equality pillar.
Commending the support of the European Union to gender empowerment, Honorable Saima Silamina, representing the leadership of Parliament, pledged their commitment to ensuring a smooth sale of the bill.
We will continue to support women's role in representation, whether at political and other decision-making offices. Your Excellency, I should not remiss to state here also that because of certain clauses of state laws might seem to undermine the laws of the 12th term, we are resilient to push forward that this bill see the light of day.
At the end of the engagement, a 2-page document of input from participants will be developed on the Gender Empowerment Bill. Ronald Jomorovia, AYV News, Freetown.
Sierra Leone's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Professor David Francis, has in Dakar, Senegal, signed a joint economic cooperation entity agreement with his counterpart, Foreign Minister of Senegal, Madame Aissata Tall Sall. This agreement will strengthen the two countries in improving sectors of tourism, mining, agriculture, and infrastructure between the two. Ransford Luby Metzger reports.
This Joint Economic Cooperation Agreement will make way for the creation of the Joint Economic Council, which shall establish a Senegalese-Sierra Leonean Joint Economic Council at ministerial level for promoting and facilitating trade and economic cooperation between the two countries. The areas of cooperation shall focus on mineral and petroleum, energy, manufacturing, agriculture, livestock development and food security, fisheries, trade, banking, science and technology, and tourism. Speaking at the signing ceremony, the Senegalese Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madame Aissata Tall Sall, said our two presidents are brothers and they want to cooperate very strongly between Sierra Leone and Senegal, and to increase the cooperation and go ahead in many areas of investments in order to develop the two countries.
President are brothers and friends too, and they want to cooperate very, very strongly between Sierra Leone and Senegal. And we have to increase this cooperation. We have to improve it more, and we have to go ahead more in this cooperation in many, many sides you mentioned.
Sierra Leone's Foreign Minister, Professor David J. Francis, said the agreement was a product of the visit of President Julius Maada Bio to his brother President Macky Sall of Senegal, where both of them agreed that given the long history of bilateral relationship between the two countries, they now have to concentrate on trade and investments. As Sierra Leone is a land of opportunities for investment in the mining sector, oil and gas, agriculture, tourism, energy and infrastructure.
Your Excellency, today we are signing the Joint Economic Cooperation Entity Agreement. This agreement, as you know, is a product of the visit of President Dr. Julius Maada Bio of Sierra Leone to his brother and colleague, President Macky Sall. And both of them agreed that given the very long history of cooperation between our two countries, we now have to focus on the economic and development cooperation.
The two countries are conscious of the fraternal and historical ties that unite them and considering their interest in strengthening bilateral cooperation on the basis of principles of equality, mutual interest and full respect for sovereignty of both countries. This agreement shall enter into force on the date of receipt of the last written notification by which the parties notify each other through diplomatic channels of the completion of the international legal procedures required for the entry into force of it. The agreement shall remain in force for a period of 5 years, and thereafter its validity shall be automatically renewed for successive periods of same duration, unless one of the parties notifies the other of its intention not to renew it 6 months prior to its expiration dates. Ransford Luby Metzger, AYV News in Freetown.
Now, UN Women, together with partners, have engaged key stakeholders on the actualization of the Gender Empowerment Bill of 2021. According to the head of office, UN Women, Sechem Mogul, the bill is advocating for no less than 30% representation of either gender in selective or elective positions. Aliu Alvin Kagbo reports.
The Gender Empowerment Bill, which UN Women and partners are calling for the actualization, says no gender should be represented at less than 30% in selective or elective positions. Sechem Mambo is the head of office UN Women, and she explained more.
Not women's empowerment because it empowers both women and men. If you read the bill about the 30%, the bill says no gender, and that's male, female, should be represented at less than 30% at any appointed and elected position.
The UN coordinator in Sierra Leone, Dr. Babatunde Aounzi, explained the importance of the bill.
The Gender Empowerment Bill 2021 aims to address gender imbalances by making provision for elective and appointive public office positions through a minimum of 30% quota. It also seeks to provide for the promotion of gender equality in employment and training, and to provide the financial institutions prescribed procedures for the empowerment or for the improvement of women's access to finance and other related matters.
The bill has been in motion from 2012, and one of the pioneers, Dr. Bernadette Lahai, explained the process the bill have gone through.
To this effect, 5 regional consultations and 1 consultation with the Female Parliamentary Caucus and the Committee on Gender and Children's Affairs were conducted between July and August this year in all the 5 regional headquarter towns of Port Loko, Makinimbo, Kenema, and Freetown. There was widespread acknowledgement of the bill. There was widespread acceptance of the bill. Of course, no bill is perfect. No bill is foolproof. There were concerns, but recommendations also to make the bill a stronger bill and fit for implementation.
Ali Alvin Kagbo, AYV News, Freetown.
The Ministry of Transport and Aviation has disbursed the sum of $2 million to 146 affected persons occupying the intended area for the construction of a market and parking lot at Lumley Community. The construction of the market is part of the Integrated Urban Resilience Project being funded by the World Bank. Naomi Kamara reports.
The project of building a market and parking lot at Lumley is funded by the World Bank and started in 2018, where the government notified traders to vacate the premises needed. The project manager for the Sierra Leone Integrated and Resilient Urban Mobility Project, Umaru Kata, said they are trying to do everything possible to ensure the traders vacate the premises needed, content and peacefully.
We don't tender that market and terminal. We know the wait. While this process will go on, we don't do the designs, we don't tender around. People they don't apply, somebody don't win. So the moment we don't pay all them people there, we give them time. The safeguards people they know down the more, it can be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month. With them commodity, then we award that contract day to the responsive bidder, the one we win, and so then call them. Then it begin to do that work in another place. So let us move them people them so that the public transport space will free.
According to the councillor Mahmoud Simbo of Ward 442, it is a good thing for the government to compensate these people, as the money is highly needed.
This money where they can't do that. Oh, just use that. When you go to condo, when you marry. Then make use of that. Make use of that. Because the market, when you don't, just like Madam say, when I get for candy, when I get for candy back, or do that, see that market they don't. Now you look at. Yeah? So that one they do now, we must make sure say, we must make use of that.
The beneficiaries that got compensated had this to say.
Government be told, and that will do gardening. And that will get, but government say once the place. You can't say that commodity, and then get the step of commodity, and make it give me this money as well.
I'm a businessman, a business I do, and I do business na part. So I'm glad if I government on can give me money back for that do addition. So I tell and thank you. I go get away body a long life.
Naomi Kamara, AYV News, Freetown.
The Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency has held a day reflection exercise on the operations of the Munafa Fund in Sierra Leone. Now, the fund was established by government to provide wholesale loans to financial service providers across the country. Chief Executive Officer SMIDA, Shaka Samuel Sano, said higher demand for the fund is among the major challenges of the disbursement exercise. Here's the story compiled by Mohamed Lamin Bania and read by Ransford Luby Metzger.
The Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency has a mandate of providing an enabling environment where SMEs can thrive, including an effective service delivery network system that provides productivity. Now, the reflection exercise is informed by the support mechanism launched by the government 6 months ago to support more than 4,000 micro-small businesses. Chief Executive Officer SMIDA, Shaka Samuel Sano, said they've done 6 months of implementation noting that the exercise is to assess their strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats during the disbursement of the fund.
One observation I made, honestly, when we were launching the fund, I never knew that people's appetite for this scheme would be high. Initially, we said we were going to target 4,100 beneficiaries for this year. Imagine from March 25 to date, we have given out monies to 5,328 in less than 6 months. So meaning the demand for these resources is higher than what we earlier anticipated. Secondly, it has been rumored that Sierra Leoneans don't take loans and repay. The results we are getting from the field is the direct opposite, which indicates that our SME operatives are somehow reliable.
The Munafa Fund Disbursement Intervention is a revolving fund for SMEs across the country. However, inadequate sum disbursement to financial service providers for SMEs is among the challenges highlighted by the agency. Deputy Trade and Industry Minister Reverend Abraham Cisse Jones speaks on ways to salvage the situation.
Just to encourage people to be patient and to encourage support. There are other people, particularly in the private sector, who may want to chip in because this is a government initiative and government is courageous to put that much money up front. It is a
And in today's court update, Honorable Justice Musu Kamara has sentenced Sheka Sise and Philip Darami to 10 years in prison for committing an offense of manslaughter in Freetown. Now, both accused pleaded guilty after the charges were read before them in court. Our court reporter, Sheku Muhammad Silla, has more.
Philip Darami, they said that on the first day of January 2015 at Freetown in the western area of the Republic of Sierra Leone, unlawfully killed Anthony Gray, while the judge, Honorable Justice Musu Kamara, asked the state prosecutor, E.T. Jallo, to give the pre-fact. She said prior to this incident, the two accused persons and the deceased Anthony Gray were living in the same community at Kube, and that on the 1st of January 2015, the accused persons and the deceased were watching football match at the Kube community field, and that an argument ensued amongst them, and Anthony Gray, the deceased, injured the second accused, and while they were fighting, the second accused had a bottle on his hand, which he also used to stab the deceased Anthony Gray. While the second accused was being rushed to the hospital, the deceased was also running to the Connaught Hospital, and he dropped along the way. The first accused hit the deceased with a steel bench on the spine area, and that was when the deceased dropped on the ground again. One colonial stopped a motorbike to take Anthony Gray to the hospital, but by the time he came with the motorbike, Cornelius observed that Anthony Gray was no longer breathing. He left the deceased body on the ground and went to the Central Police Station and reported the matter. The police officers came to the scene and collected the deceased body to the Connaught Hospital, where he was declared dead. The investigation was done by the police and the matter was subsequently brought to court. Both accused persons confirmed that all what the prosecution had read. Both accused persons confirmed that all what the prosecutor had read was true, and the two convicts pleaded to the bench for mercy as this happened during the fight. The counsel for the accused said that both of the convicts, they are first-time offenders, and both of them had children. He said they are remorseful for the offense they had committed, as the act itself was unintentionally done. He added that the same bottle that was used to injure the accused was the same bottle that was used on the deceased during the course of the fighting. The first accused also used the bench at the time earlier on when he was hit with a stick by the deceased. Both actions were never intended to kill the deceased. He said both accused have approached the deceased relative during the preliminary investigation at the magistrate court, and they have also learned skills in the correctional center. That the first accused is a shoemaker and the second accused is a carpenter. The defense lawyer also asked the court to temper justice with mercy. Honorable Justice Musu Kamara sentenced each of the accused for 10 years imprisonment, including time spent behind bars. Sheku Mohammed Sileh, AYV News, Freetown.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Stay tuned for more stories after this break.
looking for a place to get quality education but don't know how or where? Canadian College of Modern Technology, situated at 1 Silicon Hills, Mile 91, opposite former Camp Charlie, is the right place for you. Canadian College of Modern Technology, an affiliate of Jala University, is a fully accredited college with a Tertiary Education Commission (TEC) and a National Commission for Technical, Vocational and Other Academic Awards (NCTVA). We provide world-class tertiary education in computer science, business administration, mass communication, business information technology, Microsoft Server Administration, networking, database administration, building and construction, and other professional courses. Apart from its conducive environment, which makes it suitable for learning, Canadian College of Modern Technology is proud of its experienced local and international staffs. Come and experience a transformational learning environment, fully equipped with CCTV cameras, a world-class electronic library with the latest iMac computers for collaborative learning and research, and access to high-speed internet service throughout the campus. And guess what? Canadian College of Modern Technology is the first college in Sierra Leone to operate the first educational purpose-only television and radio station for its mass communication students. Come and be part of this historic experience. We have reserved a space for you. You want to know more? CCMC provides 24 hours electricity from a solar harvest power supply system with a backup generator. This highly secure campus also have a canteen, student hostels with clean pipe-borne water. Canadian College offers many more amenities for our students to help make learning a good experience. For more information, contact us on these numbers: 079-630-407 or 099-140-208. If you want to succeed, Canadian College will exceed your expectations. Canadian College of Modern Technology, a place where career begins.
Right, welcome back. I am Phoebe Wheel, and this is AYV's Primetime News. Still in the bulletin tonight, Statistics Sierra Leone has commenced 13 days pilot census training at the Hotel 510 in the east end of Freetown. Now, this pilot training is a process that will be done as pre-testing for the main census, where equipment and questionnaires will be tested to ensure the modalities are in place to commence the midterm population and housing census. Lansford Luby Metzger has more.
This training, organized by Statistics, is for census officials who will be undertaking the pilot census process. That is to test everything that will be happening in the main census. 1% of the total will be taken of the provisional number of enumeration areas in the country, count the residents, test the instrument, and a report will come out from the pilot, which will ascertain the full process of the main census. Abdullah Ibrahima is the Director of Census and also the National Census Coordinator.
We have just concluded the geography aspect of the census, that is identifying all structures around this country and also identifying localities within this country. We have divided those localities into workable enumeration areas. That has informed us to actually plan for the census. So the technical aspect of the planning and the logistic aspect of the planning is what we want to test now with 1% of what Adebayo and his team actually gave to us. And the provisional outcome of the geographic information, of the mapping, is that we have up to about 24,000 EAs in Sierra Leone, provisional. And as per census procedures, we have to take 1% of that and see how we can test our applications.
Monitoring and Evaluation Manager Statistics Sierra Leone Yebufoli encourage the trainees to be focused, as their presence serves as a reminder of just how important the exercise is.
Many of you have willingly traveled long distances to be here. Serve as a reminder to us all just how important this exercise is. The pilot census is a dress rehearsal for the main census, and all systems and processes that will be used in the main census will be tested. This will assist Statistics Sierra Leone to allocate the required resources and refine methodologies to ensure that the 2021 midterm population and housing census is delivered efficiently and effectively.
Moses Williams, chairman of Council Statistics, referred to the commitment of the trainees to the process as very paramount.
It's the commitment to this process that is paramount to me and my council colleagues, to the institution, to even the consultants that are here, and this country. Money is not all to this. Oh, I will go work and then they pay boku money. No, this is not what we are looking for here. Let us work for this country, ladies and gentlemen. We'll work for it, and it benefits us all. And let me tell you, planning in every country, including Malawi, where my colleagues are, depends on population. Population is the main factor. In fact, we only ask for age, for sex, for marital status. All of these things come in because they want to extend the developmental goals. The main purpose of censuses is to know the number of people in the country.
Democratic Institute and Political Parties Registration Commission have organized a workshop that is geared towards promoting National Inclusion Action Plan for political parties. Representatives of different political parties were brought together to discuss how the representation of women in politics can be increased. Naomi Kamara was at the event. She now reports.
The National Democratic Institute is known for organizing the program called Win with Women, where different political parties are brought together to find ways on how to increase female representatives in political parties. The resident program director of National Democratic Institute, Mohammed Ibrahim Kone, explains that even though the discussions held are for the progress of the nation, it is difficult bringing all these political parties together as it requires a lot of engagement.
Everybody are advocating for at least a minimum 30% representative in the decision-making structures within a political party. So if that is achieved across the board by everybody within the political party, I think that can be a very good beginning. So we will work to promote that.
Some representatives of political parties who were present at the event had this to say.
Every district should be given 3 constituencies for free seats for only women. And then only women, not male man, will contest that 3 constituencies.
Let's not just talk on this workshop explaining to other benefits, but we need financial empowerment for women. Women need financial empowerment. Without money, you can't empower us, you cannot go further. They will give you the symbol, but how can you go on with your campaign? You cannot call people on meetings, you don't give them food, you don't give them transport. We are opposition parties, we are vulnerable. So NDI, we are pleading to you that you continue to help with women. We are ready to take positions.
We said we will do disaggregate data of the party's membership based on sex. We also did that. And that is how we were able to have a little more than 50% of women delegates in taking the biggest decision in the existence of our party.
Naomi Kamara, AYV News, Freetown.
Farmers at Konike Barina Chiefdom, Tonkolili district are raising concern on the effects of mining operations in their communities. Locals are accusing Hancock, a Chinese company that was operating in their community, to be behind this high level of land degradation that has adversely affected farming. Abbas Sisi reports.
Mining operations normally affect farming in different ways, including loss of farmlands, competition for limited farm labor, increased cost of other farm inputs, and environmental pollution, which adversely affect the quality of farming in mining communities. Tonkoli district, for instance, has several mining companies owned by Ghanaians, Chinese, and other nationals. But how has this foreign investment impacted on farming in the district? Here is an account of residents at Makon section, Konike Barina Chiefdom, on the operation of Hancock Chinese company.
I consider me
I'm not considered as a landowner. I was never notified for the operations of the company on my farmland. One day I went to farm and discovered that a Chinese company was mining on my farmland. All my crops, including permanent plantation, were destroyed. After this destruction, we are pacified that the company would pay 20 million leones to each farmer, but I ended up receiving 500,000 for the destroyed crops. But I can't fight because I am an illiterate and have no power to fight. Therefore, I just have to swallow the bitter pill as the decision of our leaders is final.
Even if you get farm, we near the water side. Even that you get granite, cassava, everything that they destroy, even those side of South Africa and all, they don't cut the farm, then they develop no more there. But now no get development at all. They affect the farm because why? Then why outside in the past and where they want to make them camp, even if you get farm near there, they know they think about that. They foresee then they pay you for a granite, for a farm where you don't lay. As long as they want to do the mine, they see that in our government. So they on our government sabi there, so they don't buy the water side. Well, they say that they don't buy the water side now. Una say una don't buy the water side. But why make una they jump na the land now before they do farm? Then in the other area it will affect the agriculture because if in the water side no more it will be okay small. But as long as they left the water side and go to the land, it don't affect the agriculture because boku trees there, boku area like yaso, then they dig no more take where and also they live farm. So as long as they don't dig, they will not go able to do farm again.
Here one side when I swamp, we make up in the work. So since he died in the work day, I guess I'm picking them. When I'm near the river, it's about 200-300 meters from the river. So this community will come, see Chinese man that beats them in the work and the swamp. So the water time was good day. The soldier man even cock weapon. Chinese man claim and the machine is still continue the work. So I want to talk, say make I go to the big man. They not to them concern. So I walk at another way to make I get benefit of the swamp. And this year I don't get what I say for work. That's why I see in agriculture they do.
The cry of affected communities as a result of gold mining is for companies to reclaim the land for agricultural purposes.
And because that's what the agreement called, and if you don't do it, it will look better because this, if you don't backfill, about 2 to 3 years, we're able to make farming work panel.
This ditch, according to residents at Makong community, Kongebagla Chiefdom, it used to be a swamp where various agricultural activities were practiced. But as a result of the excessive mining activities that are going on here by Chinese company, this place is no longer used for agricultural purposes. Lack of arable lands in this community, according to residents, has risen the cost of food, as most farmers have been forced out of business. Hancock Chinese company that is in the circle of this accusation could not respond. Abba Sise, AYV News, Tonkole District.
And now in sports, Sierra Leone Cricket Association has announced the squad for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Africa qualifiers in Kigali, Rwanda. Sierra Leone is in Group B alongside Botswana, Mozambique, Tanzania and Cameroon. Our sports reporter Michael John Fofana reports.
Now, the Sierra Leone Cricket Association has announced their squad for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Africa qualifiers, which will be hosted in Kigali, Rwanda. The qualifiers is slated for 31st October to 8th November 2021. Sierra Leone is in Group B alongside Botswana, Mozambique, Tanzania and Cameroon. However, a list of 14 players will make the trip to Rwanda, and these names include Lansana Lamine, Abubakar Kamara, Abbas Bla, Arvin, Edmond Anes, George Sise Ibrahim Mansari, John Bangura Minpaka, Mohamed Zahid Khan, Mohamed S. Khan, Samuel Conte, Solomon Williams, and Sulaiman Tarawali. In reserve, Chain Oba and Usman T. Sanko. The former captain for the Patriots, Edward George Geba was dropped from the squad as the player was under query for social media misconduct. Michael John Fofana, AYV Sports, in Freetown.
Well, that's the end of Primetime News for tonight. For more stories, visit our website on www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Phoebe Wheel. Thanks for watching and listening. Have a good night. Stay safe. Cheers.
You're watching AYV Television.
Hotel, the jewel of tourism.
I cannot reiterate enough that the interview shall endeavor to be your most credible platform, bringing all players and have an in-depth, unedited, unadulterated, unrestrained conversations with them. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m, stand by to hear firsthand from some of the leading lights in Sierra Leone's governance structure as I take them through an intense one-on-one frank conversation on the interview.
A great start is all your kids need to shine. And when there's a tasty start to the day, there's nothing but joy in your home. Give your family a head start with a scrumptious range of Start cereals. They're nutritious, packed with fiber and energy, and such an amazing taste that everyone will start to dig in. It's the only way to start your day.
Get your child's day started with any Start cereal. Enjoy yummy flavors like banana strawberry loves, cocoa balls, frosted cornflakes, Jolly Roger, caramel pillows, banana cream pillows, honey cornflakes, and cocoa pillows. Taste and see the difference. For wholesale or retail, contact AA Global Enterprise at 124 Kisi Road, Freetown, or call them on 079-538878 or 099-772-553. Start cereal. Taste crunchy, taste yummy.
Are you a private or public sector worker? Do you need some quick cash to settle some bills? Well, the GT Bank Salary Advance Loan is here for you. GT Bank offers you a salary advance loan with a very attractive interest rates. To be eligible, you must have a salary account with us, and payment tenor is within 30 days. Yeah, 1 month. Get some cash before salary is paid. For more information, Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
The Hidden Treasure reality TV show is coming back to your screen. We started off with 24 gladiators, then we went down to 22, then 18, then 14, and finally 11 gladiators. And so we're back with 11 gladiators in the jungle. Hidden Treasure reality TV show will be showing every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on AYV TV channel 33, 10 p.m. and channel 34, 7 p.m. starting 1st October.
There are two ways. One leads you in finding the first clue, and the other misleads you.
Hey, you don't want to miss out.
She defies stereotypes, inequalities. She proves she is worthy of existing, worthy of life. She is powerful, strong, and ambitious. Kind, loving spark challenges norms. She is an actress, a filmmaker, and she is a woman worthy of respect and value. Let us celebrate our women in art,